Hylians, and welcome to the Curiosity Shop, a series on my channel where I show you guys different bits of Legend of Zelda merchandise. And today is a very special, long-awaited video. Something that I have wanted to do for a very long time now, and something that you guys have been asking for quite a while as well. And that is a video showing off my Legend of Zelda collection. I've been collecting Zelda merchandise for a little over 10 years now, and in that time I have gotten a pretty sizable collection. Not the biggest in the world, but definitely not small. I am very excited to show off my collection, but I do want to say before we get into the video that there might be a couple of items missed out. There is a lot, and I did try to cover everything, but some things might slip past, and I also do know that there are some things in storage that I can't currently get to, so they obviously won't be in the video. But with all of that out of the way, I'm not going to make you guys wait any longer, as you've been asking for this for quite a while now. So let's get started with showing off my Legend of Zelda collection. So we're going to be starting with the shelf above my door. This is mainly books and CDs, but as you can see there's some other things up here as well. Over here on the left we have the Link's Awakening remake art book. Next to that is a Breath of the Wild Bokoblin plushie and a Master Sword light. Next up is some CDs. We have the Game Music Collection, which is just music from the games. We have the 2018 Symphony soundtrack, which is so good, and the 30th anniversary concert, which is also the symphony as well from that time. Then we also have the Breath of the Wild complete soundtrack, including the DLC music. That's something I do want to do a video on at some point because it's really good. Next up is my Breath of the Wild Link plushie, and under him is some more soundtracks. We have the Twilight Princess HD soundtrack, the 25th anniversary soundtrack that came with Skyward Sword. This is not official, but it's fan made and still really good. That is the Sins of Hyrule soundtrack by Rosen. Highly recommend it if you haven't listened to it. And then we have the A Link Between Worlds soundtrack, one of my favourite games. The Ocarina of Time 3D soundtrack. The sound selection from Breath of the Wild, which I'm holding very awkwardly, and another little soundtrack that is full of just music from the original Zelda game leading up to Wind Waker. Moving on, we have the complete set of Twilight Princess manga up to 7, which is all that's out currently. This is really good, and I'm really enjoying this. Up here is my little Octorok toy that I am so happy I finally got. There's not enough merchandise of monsters. Here is the complete collection of Zelda manga. We've got Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, the Oracle games, Minish Cap, A Link to the Past, Four Swords, and of course Phantom Hourglass. And then we have some of the special versions which combine a couple of them, and some random lanyards. Here on my wall is the Twilight Princess Link towel that you could get off my Club Nintendo, not my Nintendo. And this was one of the first things I ever got offline, so it's quite special for me to have, and I'm really happy that I got it all the way back then. I really love it, it's good. On the back of my door is some random Zelda clothing things like jackets and bags and hats. This bag is actually pretty cool because I got it from a convention when I met the people behind the Zelda manga. Down by my shelf there is some Master Swords, and one of them is an umbrella. There is also a Switch bag with the Zelda logo on. On the side of the shelf there is also this poster, which I'm sure you've all seen. This artwork is pretty famous, I guess, in the Zelda community now. It's fan made, but it's still beautiful, and I got it from a family member who got it from a magazine years ago. Over on my bed is some stuff that I've just brought out to make it easier to film. We have the Hyrule Historia, the Zelda Encyclopedia, and the Art and Artifacts book. Along with that I also have the special edition of the Encyclopedia, which obviously looks like the original cartridge. I think that's really cool. And then I also have the Creating a Champion special edition, which is something else I also do want to do a video on, because this comes with some really, really cute and nice stuff that I really enjoy. There's this 3DS case from Majora's Mask, and also a little tin of sweets. They're shaped like swords. And here is my official Wind Waker. This is from the Symphony of the Goddesses Master Quest, and I'm so happy to have this. This is one of the only things in my collection that I don't think I will ever unbox. It's really special to me and I'm really happy to have it. Here are some plushies. I have just a random one, and this is actually really special because it's again one of the very first things I had in my collection. He's getting a little old now, but he still means a lot to me. I got a Triforce plushie and a giant Toon Link plushie, which I'm also really happy to have. It took me forever to find him, but I have him finally. I got a Twilight Princess pillow. I got a Wind Waker stained glass blanket. And this one, if I move this stuff on top of it, is another blanket that looks like the original Zelda cartridge. And that's really soft as well. Above my bed is some prints. I'm not really sure what to call these, but there's just artworky type things. We have this Ocarina of Time poster, which is kind of holographic. This one that switches between Sheik and Zelda, which is really cool. I really love this one. And then we have a Breath of the Wild canvas light. And above that is a Triforce clock that doesn't currently work. On this little shelf, we have a print that I got signed by the people who do the Zelda mangas, which was very cool. And I also have a sword from the original Zelda game, which does make sounds, and I really like it. There's also a Majora's Mask, just chillin'. Here on the other side of my bed, I have some more prints. This is a Breath of the Wild one. And this is another Twilight Princess manga one, which is signed again by the people who did the Zelda manga. And at the other side of my bed, behind the Resident Evil towel, is a Zelda Triforce mirror, which is really pretty. It's more there for decorative than actual use. It's pretty awkward to use an actual mirror. Next up, we have these giant promo stands, which is something that I get out specifically for this video. I'm really excited to show them off. We have the Wind Waker HD one and the Breath of the Wild one. The Wind Waker one I got from a game store when they didn't need it anymore, and the Breath of the Wild one my mum actually brought home for me from work as a surprise, and that was really cool to have. Again, they're quite big, so they're not always up in my room, but you might see them in videos now and then. Next up is my newest plushie in my collection. It is a giant Octorok. You've probably seen this on my Twitter. It is incredibly soft and squishy, and I love him. Now we're starting with the main shelf. Here's my Twilight Princess First 4 figure. Here we have the Twilight Princess Amiibo from the 30th anniversary line. And we have this Smash Bros. Link Amiibo as well. Then we have this Zelda Gachapon, the Zelda Figma, and the Smash Bros. Zelda Amiibo, and a little Zelda keyring. We've got this key from Twilight Princess that I got off Etsy, and this chest, which is very cool. It's obviously the one from Twilight Princess, and it's currently filled with buttons, pins, and earrings, all Zelda related. Here's my Twilight Princess Figma, and my Eslo hat, which is on top of a box with all of the parts for the Figmas. Here's a giant Skyward Sword Link that is up here because I have no room for him anywhere else. Here's the Midna and Wolf Link Amiibo that came with Twilight Princess HD, the Ganondorf Amiibo from Smash Bros, and the Ganondorf First 4 figure. And a Zelda keyring. Behind them we have some random Zelda stuff, this kind of diorama Wind Waker set, and some Amiibos in the box, along with a fairy tonic that I tried to make. Here is the Breath of the Wild Amiibo signed by her voice actress. We have the Urbosa Amiibo, also signed by her voice actress. And at the end, we have the 30th anniversary 8-bit Link in the box because it's one of my favourites and I wanted another one. Moving on, we get to the first proper shelf on my big cabinet, and this one is Ocarina of Time and Skyward Sword themed. I don't have as much for these games, so it is a little bare, but hey, I organised by game. Here's the Skyward Sword World of Nintendo Link, a Link figure that I'm not sure which line it's from. Here is a Zelda Skyward Sword Gachapon figure and an Amiibo from the 30th anniversary line, along with a Figma, which was the first Zelda Figma. And here is my Skyward Sword Link figure from First 4 Figures, along with a 3DS case. There's a necklace in there, which I got from a friend years ago, and this is the sword and shield that go with the giant Skyward Sword Link on the top shelf. Here's the Ocarina of Time stuff. We have a World of Nintendo Goron Link. We have a Zelda figure, which I believe came out when the game originally came out. We have an Amiibo of Link, obviously from Ocarina of Time and the 30th anniversary. Here is the Link figure from the World of Nintendo line again, the Zelda figure from World of Nintendo line, and the Sheik figure from the World of Nintendo line, along with the Smash Bros. Sheik Amiibo. Behind them we have the Ocarina of Time, which actually works, it's really cool, and a Triforce light. And right at the back is some Zelda sweet dispensers that I have accumulated over the years. And here's another Link figure just chilling. Here is the big main shelf. This is pretty much a big amalgamation of games and figures, and it looks really cool. I love how it looks. Here is a Link Between Worlds figure. Then we have these cute little Link Between Worlds keyrings and some Link Between Worlds Triforces, a Master Sword, also from a Link Between Worlds, the Adventure of Link for the Game Boy, and my Link's Awakening Amiibo. Here's the treasure chest that came with the A Link Between Worlds Special Edition. It's a little dusty, but hey, whatever. Here is a keyring from A Link Between Worlds as well, which I think is very cool. Here is the compass clock, Linkle's compass from Hyrule Warriors. It came with a 3DS version, and here is a promo stand for Link's Awakening for the Switch. Along with that is a little art print that I got when I got A Link Between Worlds. Here is a little Triforce stress thing and some cases for games that I got from a convention because I thought they were very cute. On top of them is some little bags, and in those little bags is a Breath of the Wild keychain and a Majora's Mask necklace that I didn't get out because it was a bit hard to do with one hand. Here is the Link's Awakening steelbook and a Zelda wallet that I just got given, so it chills there. Behind the steelbook is A Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask for their original systems. Up here is a bag of rupees, the A Link Between Worlds Figma, and right at the back, I'm sure you've seen this before if you've been following my channel or my Twitter, here is the Zelda canteen that looks like the original game cartridge that I like to use because it confuses people. Underneath them we have some Game Boy games. We've got the Oracle games. We have the A Link to the Past Game Boy version with 4 swords, the original Zelda game on the Game Boy, and Minish Cap. Moving on, we have the gold Minish Cap Game Boy, and you can see me in the reflection there. Hi. Underneath we have one in box, and we have the golden Wii remote that came with Skyward Sword. There we have another tin of Zelda sweets. We have the Triforce light and the 8-bit Link Amiibo out of the box, and behind that is an 8-bit Link keychain. Behind all that is my Zelda Switch games, which I'm pretty sure you all know what they are already. That's all the games available. Right now we have Link's Awakening, Hyrule Warriors, Breath of the Wild, Cadence of Hyrule, and Age of Calamity. I forgot the word for a second. Over here we have some more stuff. We have this very cute pin and keyring, which was actually the very first Zelda items I bought myself years ago, so these are really, really special to me. Behind them we have the Zelda Game & Watch. Behind them we have my 3DS games. We've got Hyrule Warriors, Majora's Mask, A Link Between Worlds, Ocarina of Time, and Triforce Heroes. There's also another copy of Ocarina of Time, which is just the case, which I got for pre-ordering. We also have Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, and Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land. On top of that we have some more classic Link stuff. We got this cute little statue, along with a very old Link vs Gibdo statue, which came out when the original game came out, I believe. And behind that is also a very old keyring for the original game, and those pins and keyrings I showed you earlier in bag. Same ones as those. Moving on, we get to the little Majora's Mask corner, which I think looks very cool. We have the Majora's Mask Nendroid, which I did a video on years ago. If you remember that, then wow. Got another Majora's Mask figure, the Majora's Mask Amiibo, a little Deku Link from the World of Nintendo line, the Smash Bros. Young Link, and a Majora's Mask Skull Kid figure that came with the 3DS version. We have a steelbook and a special 3DS. There's also another print of the Twilight Princess artwork there, but that one's not signed. Here we've got some cards, some Twilight Princess ones, and some generic ones that are all Zelda themed. And we have my GameCube, Wii, and Wii U games up here. We have Twilight Princess, the Zelda collection, we have Wind Waker, and Four Swords. Next to that is the Wii games. We have Twilight Princess, Link's Crossbow Training, and Skyward Sword. And then we have Hyrule Warriors, Wind Waker, and Twilight Princess HD. And right at the end we have the Zelda TV series because it's really good and I really enjoy it. There's also a Majora's Mask just chilling on the side. And a teeny tiny map of Termina, which is very cute. Over here is some little dog tags that I've gotten recently. We've got a Sheikah Eye, a Wolflink and Midna, a Bosa, and a Rivali one. I really like those. And that is the whole main game shelf done. Moving on, we get to the big one, my favourite shelf out of all of these, the Toon Link shelf. Can you tell which game is my favourite? Can you tell which Link is my favourite? Oh, let's get into this. I'm excited to go through all this lot. Starting at the back, we have the Wind Waker HD Tingle plushie, a Phantom Hourglass Link plushie, and a Wind Waker HD Zelda plushie. We also have a World of Nintendo Link Outset Island plushie, and a Wind Waker HD plushie as well for Link. Then we have a bigger version of that Wind Waker HD plushie as well, and a Zelda puppet, which I'm sure you saw at the beginning of this video. Behind that, we have the Spirit Tracks Collector's Tin, which I did a video on a while ago, and the Zelda box, which I also did a video on a little while ago. We have the Phantom Hourglass Feathered Stylus, which I've wanted for years, and we also have a Spirit Tracks DS case, which was again one of the first things I ever got when getting into the series. Here's the Wind Waker HD Ganondorf statue, which I love. He's very, very cool. Next to that is a World of Nintendo Link figure that I got for Christmas this year, and a Phantom Hourglass that I made myself. Here is a little steel print thing, which I also got from a family member from Christmas a couple of years ago, and the Link QR code thing that came with the 3DS and the DS. Here's some little Wind Waker charm keyrings, which I really like, a rupee and a heart container. And we have a little Minish Cap Link hanging out down here. There's some bombs. And here we get to the Spirit Tracks figures. We've got a Big Blin, we have Ferris, Phantom Zelda, Alfonso, Byrne, Chancellor Cole, the Spirit Train, Angine, Zelda, and Link with the Spirit Pipes. These are very cute. There's also a little Bakori, little Minish hiding down here as well. Over here is a keyring that I got from a convention, and a little thing to realise if something's a bootleg. This is obviously a bootleg, but look at the artwork. So this is all Minish Cap, and this is Minish Cap artwork, but over here on the left side we have more Minish Cap artwork, but this is from the manga. So while it's Minish Cap, it's not from that game, and this is from Phantom Hourglass. So yeah, if you want to know if something's bootleg or whatever, just look at the artwork. Here behind the figures we have my Nendroids of Zelda and Link. They're one of my favourites, they're very cute. And behind them is the World of Nintendo Ganondorf statue. We have the Link and Zelda 30th Anniversary Amiibo and some little chew jellies that I made as well. Behind them is also another Spirit Tracks Link and a little keyring with the Wind Waker HD logo. Here is some Four Swords Link, purple and green, and here is a figure that is inside the Zelda box, but because I have a duplicate of this one, he just chills on the shelf, and of course he fell over. Here's a Phantom Hourglass Link. Behind him is the Smash Bros. Toon Link. And this area is a little bit of a mess. They're very small figures, so they like to fall over, but there's a lot of Wind Waker minifigures over here, and yeah, it's a bit hard to keep these guys standing up. You've got Ganondorf, you've got Tetra, another Tetra, King of Hyrule, Link, Makar, Grandma, another Minish Cap Link here. There's a lot of little minifigures over here, and it gets a bit of a mess, but they're all there, they're all hanging, they're part of that diorama set. And here's another little keyring. Also under the plushies is the Hyrule Warriors scarf, which again I did an unboxing video of years ago. Wow, that is a long time ago that came out. And that is the entirety of the Toon Link shelf. I really love this shelf, it's so cute. It looks really nice. And now we are on the final shelf. This is the Breath of the Wild and Age of Calamity shelf. But first we're going to start with these books that I just have here over to the side. Here we have the A Link to the Past comic, the Hyrule Warriors original guide, and next to that is the special editions of the guides for Wind Waker, Majora's Mask, Spirit Tracks, and A Link Between Worlds, along with the complete Breath of the Wild guide. Here is a very cool Breath of the Wild light, which makes a noise when you click it. We have the Link on Horseback Amiibo. We have the Guardian Amiibo, which is still one of the coolest, and the Guardian Nendroid. Here we have the Link and Zelda Nendroids on their horses. And we have all of the other Amiibos hanging out in the back, and these are just some little postcards that I got with Age of Calamity. There's a little art print there, and a Age of Calamity poster, which is very big. And there's also in there my Link's Awakening poster. At the back we have this World of Nintendo Link figure, which is very weird looking. And then we have the Breath of the Wild Master Sword statue, which I love. And behind that is another light, obviously looking like the Sheikah Slate, which turns blue when you turn it on. I really like how that looks. There's also a little notebook behind there with some artwork from Age of Calamity on the front. And lastly, we have the statues from first 4 figures of Zelda and Link from Breath of the Wild. These look really nice. The Zelda one lights up. They look really cool together. I'm really happy to have both of them. So that is it. That is my entire Zelda collection, or at least the large majority of my Zelda collection. As I said at the beginning of this video, I have been collecting Zelda merchandise for a little over 10 years now, and in that time you can see I have gotten a fairly large collection. The Zelda series is my favourite series of all time, so I really love collecting all of this stuff, and I really wanted to show it off to you guys. I've been asked a lot, how much Zelda stuff do you have? Can you show off your Zelda collection? I've been asked that a lot over the last few months especially, so I thought, why not? It's about time, let's do this, let's show off the collection. And I've also thought, well, maybe it'd also be nice to show off the collection again in a year or a couple of years to see what's changed, what's grown, what new stuff I've gotten in my collection. I'd really like to do that. I also thought it would be a good idea for you guys to actually know what I have in my collection, because I ask you guys a lot what you would like to see reviewed on future Curiosity Shop videos, but I remember you guys don't really know what I have in my collection. Now with this video, you get to see what I have. So you can ask if you want to see a video on a certain statue or a certain book. I can actually do a review on those kinds of things now. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed. If you have enjoyed, please give the video a like, as they show me that you are enjoying the content. And if you're new around here, why not subscribe for even more Zelda content? I do a lot of different videos all around Zelda content, so if you're a fan of the series, I'm sure you'll find something on the channel that you'll enjoy. Also, I don't ask this much, but if you've enjoyed the video, why not share it to your friends who are also Zelda fans? I'm sure they'll enjoy seeing some Zelda merchandise that's out there. Thank you all again for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!